Welcome back everybody to Hayes Tech and ROM Reviews. Today we are going to go over AOSiP for the OnePlus 5. I've been testing this ROM for quite some time. Yes, I'm running Nova Launcher. I know you guys hate it when I do. I could change it. I could show you guys what it comes flashed with. I could, obviously do it that way. What I'll do is I'll just go ahead and switch the launchers now. Let you guys see, or I'll hide the apps that I installed. That way you guys can see what this comes flashed with. Alright, I went and I hid all of the apps. I'm also going to make this so I guess it looks a little bit more like stock. We're going to go to look and feel, icons. Let's go with system. Let you guys so you guys can see what it looks like as flashed. Those are the icons you're going to get. And this is what it comes flashed with. Of course, this is the top bar, so that's just showing what apps I use all the time, but there they are. This is the folder with all of the apps that I installed, which is what's nice about Nova Launcher. You can make a folder and you can hide everything if you want to just show system apps. Now, you have to remember that I flashed, I flashed TVO gaps, which would be their theme-ready gaps, and then, of course, I flash themed gaps. I like that clear look, so I flash a lot of it. Gmail, Google Plus, Play Store, YouTube, they're all clear. So they're going to show. Those don't come with the ROM, so minus the Google apps, that's what this ROM comes with, okay guys? Also, it doesn't come with Magisk, I think. I can't remember now anyways. But anyways guys, this is an awesome ROM. I've tried all of the ROMs out so far. I think I've tried them all for the OnePlus 5, and I've got to say I think this is about my favorite right now. So we're going to go ahead and go into settings, and we're going to go down to about phone. Let you guys see this is AOSP. Of course, AOSP stands for Android Open Source Illusion Project. AO Open Source. Yeah, listen to me. I'm trying to. But yeah, the I in it stands for illusion, okay? This does have the AOSiP version, the device maintainer's name right there, Dream Team. It does have the kernel version. Now, I'm running Flash kernel. I've been testing this ROM with the supplied kernel. And guys, you don't need to flash a custom kernel with this. Battery life is awesome. It works. The ROM is great. I'm just testing Flash. I like Flash kernel. I liked it when I ran it on my Nexus 6P. So I figured, the next iteration of this would definitely be the OnePlus 5 for me. And I just wanted to keep testing it. So that's the only reason why you see it on here. Again, this is for the OnePlus 5 for the A5000. You can see the processor information there. Android version 7.1.2. There's a security patch level, which is September. Kind of a little bit old there. We are into November right now. Baseband version and build number. I think there's a newer build out than this. This is the one I had backed up, guys. I've been flashing a ton of ROMs, doing a lot of videos, stuff like that. So I may have just pulled up my backup, but if there are any updates to this, they are minor. They are system tweaks, stuff like that. But this is the base ROM. This is going to give you guys an idea of what to expect out of AOSiP. So we're going to go ahead and go on up into the Owl's Nest. By the way, guys, you can get into the Owl's Nest just by going into your settings. If I'm not mistaken, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, I'm wrong. I could have swore there was Owl's Nest in settings, and I'm wrong. Nope. Okay, you have to go to settings. Go to Owl's Nest. First up is going to be your status bar. These are your status bar settings. First up is going to be the battery style if you guys want to run with it. As you can see, I'm running the 3-minute battery mod, which does work on this. By the way, guys, I am going old school. Using screen record. This is the format I started with. And unless I'm showing how to actually flash a ROM, I think I'm just going to go ahead and keep a screen record. I just think it's much cleaner, easier to work with, and I can do some things with it with my editing stuff. So anyways, if you this screen right here is just for setting up your battery. If you swipe to the right, that brings up the battery bar. Now I am going to run with the battery bar. I like it. These are all the settings for that. Colors, you can set it up however you like. Swipe to the right, that's going to bring up your carrier label. If you guys want to run with a carrier label or a custom carrier label, this is where you're going to do it at. These are your clock settings. That you have the right, center, and left. You have your AM, PM, date, style, position, and format. Swipe to the right brings up your custom icons, which is basically the logo, AOSiP logo. I do have it on the left. And where do you pick it from? Logos. I'm running Chronic 3. Quickly, I'll show you the difference in all of them there. Again, there's Chronic 3, Coal, Owl's Nest, and last but not least, RR Owl. I'm going to go back to the Chronic 3. That's my favorite, guys. And then to change colors, it's just as simple as, as that. And there you go. Swipe to the right brings up your status bar icons. Here's where you can pick and choose what you actually want to show in your status bar. I'm not running with a SIM card right now. I'm only running on Wi-Fi. I've got a lot of I've got a lot of stuff shut off. Man, I don't think I'm going to edit that out. But anyway, so I'm trying not to say stuff like that. I don't like a lot of stuff showing in my status bar, so I turn a lot of that off. Let me see. Your status bar weather is going to be down here. This is going to be your, if you want to show your temperature in your status bar. Later on, when we get to the lock screen, that's going to give you the settings to actually show it. Now, this is the settings to actually show it, but you have to have your weather enabled in order for it to work. So as you're going through this setup, guys, when you click that on, it's not going to come up in your status bar right away. Swipe to the right brings up your network traffic if you guys want that showing. If you have data leaking somewhere, turn that on, guys. Go incoming and outgoing. Set that up so that you can see what's coming in, what's going out. You can start shutting apps off manually, and then if you're still seeing your drain, you look and see what apps you still have running. Then you can determine which apps are using up your data. This is an awesome tool to have if you know how to use it. I'm just saying. I don't use it, right, at least for me, for right now. But if I had a situation like that where I was using a lot of data, I would definitely use that. Under quick settings, first stuff's expanded. You have your quick pull down, brightness slider, brightness icon, your center date and time, settings, shortcut, all that, edit icon. Basically, this is where you're turning on and off stuff in your quick settings. Swipe to the right brings up your header options. Thank God. I hate this in Oreo that we don't have headers. I can't stand the fact that we don't have the 3-minute battery mod. So if you guys look at any of my phones, you'll see that I'm running Nougat or before. Yes, I'm doing a lot of testing with Oreo, but I don't like it. I seriously just don't like it. I like the way the settings are laid out in it, but other than that, I really don't like it. They have a lot of things to choose from. I think there's like 6 that come with it as far as your header options go, which are going to be about your first 6 of them right there. It stops, I think, at Broken or Avengers, something like that. Now, again, guys, any header that you install from the Play Store, be it 6, SOS, JROD, any of those, they're going to show up in here, okay? And you'll be able to set what you want. And what I normally do is I click on random. Random is going to allow you, it's going to pick from all the headers that you have installed. If you don't want to go random, go to the header that you want, pick it, and then of course that will show as your header. And if you only want one picture, then you want to go, instead of dynamic, go to static, go to a browse installed, go to the ones, the headers that you like, and I'm going to use SOS for my example. Scroll through the one that you want to show all the time, press and hold, and now that header will show all the time if that's how you want it. Swipe to the right brings up tiles. So this is going to be your drop down tiles. If you want right now it's set up 3 and 3. I have 3 columns up and down, and I have 3 rows left and right. You can change that. You can go to let's see, go well, actually I have it set up 4 rows, but the reason that you only see 3 is because I haven't added any more icons to it. If I started adding icons like that, just do that. This is going to expand my rows. I'll show you guys here quickly. A couple more. And while we're here, I'll let you guys see what you can choose from. I mean, they have a lot of features and settings that you can pick from. Okay, I'm going to call that good. I'm going to go back. Now, as you guys can see, I now have 3 rows up and down, or 3 columns up and down, and I have 4 rows, which is the left and right. If I swipe over, that's going to be where the remaining rows go. Now, if I had this running with a nav bar on here, I'd want to go 3, because 4 rows drops me almost down into the nav bars, and I might not be able to use that bottom row. Now, I might be able to, but depending on the theme that I run with OMS, that might make them a little bigger, and it might drop me into my nav bar, and I might not be able to use it. Although on the OnePlus 5, with the hard keys that it has, I really don't use the nav bars. But that's just me. I'm just giving you guys a heads up on that. You do have your advanced QS easy toggle, QS footer warnings. A lot of the other toggle settings are there if you guys so choose to use them. Next up is going to be notifications, kill app back button, breathing, mist, all the other stuff that we're normally used to. Swipe to the right brings up battery LED settings. As you guys can see, I have mine set up pretty wild, and yes, they are working. Swipe to the right brings up heads up. I hate heads up. You guys can run with it if you want. I just don't. I think it's intrusive. I hate it when I see that pop up constantly, especially if there's a conversation going on. Let's say in Telegram or something like that. It just, I just hate heads up. Swipe to the right brings up your notification LEDs. Of course, you guys can set this up again however you want. And then last but not least, over there is going to be your status bar ticker. If you guys want to use that, you can set it up. I use it, and you can color your text and you can color your icons. And then again, if you want to go back to the default settings, just click on Restore Default, and it will take you to the default settings again. Navigation is up next. Here's where you can turn on those nav bars. Right there they are. You do have your nav mode. Right now I have it on Smart. You can go with Fling, and that is going to set it up into Fling settings. If we go into Fling settings, these are your settings here. This is what AOSiP gives you. I'm not going to go through every one of these settings, guys. It's just something I don't use. I get it, you guys do. A lot of people do use it, and good on them for putting it in. Believe me, if they didn't put in DU, the DU nav bar, we wouldn't be running with the 3-minute mod. They go hand in hand. The 3-minute mod has to have the DUI put into the system, or the repos added into the ROM. Without that, you cannot have the 3-minute mod working. It just doesn't work. So I'm glad they put it in there. I am going to go back to standard, so we're going to go navigation mode smart bar. These are your smart bar settings, guys, if you're interested. Standard stuff. I've done many videos showing you guys how to use this. I'm not going to go over that again. It does come with pulse, which is awesome. Turn it on. Pick your color. I like mine to be either a purple or a green, but let's go green this time. And that takes care of pulse. Swipe to the right's pie settings. I didn't test it yet. Let's go home and test that here real quick, because I do have my gravity. I thought I had gravity set to the right, or to my left, but apparently not. Let's go ahead and go back into navigation, pie settings, gravity. Yeah, left. Now we'll try right. Cancel. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's working. I'm doing something wrong, but so if you guys want to use pie, it's there. Hardware buttons are up next. You do have the accidental touch button to disable you accidentally touching it as you're pulling it out of your pocket, stuff like that. This has disable navigation buttons if you're going to run with, you know, no, don't mind me, guys. I don't know what I was saying. Brain fart there. You do have the backlight button. You guys can set that up for your backlight to run all the way up to 249 milliseconds, or you can drop it down to where I have it. Pretty much it only lights when I touch it. So they do have that. I'm trying to think of other stuff you guys might want to see. These are just your hard button settings. Home, back, stuff like that. Double tap, single tap, long press, stuff, you know, stuff like that. Swipe to the right brings up the power menu. This ROM comes with a ton of features in the power menu. This is what I like, guys. Man, I use my power menu like I use, like most people use their quick settings. That's what I like to see in a power menu. I love the fact that they give you rotation for that in animations. We'll go over that also, but just good on them for that. Swipe to the right brings up your volume key settings. You guys can pretty much do anything you want with your volume keys except have sex with them. And I'm sure if you were determined hard enough, you probably could do that too. So, again, awesome that they do that. Just a lot of custom features in this ROM. Next up is going to be recents. Recent style right now I have it on cards. You guys can go with grid if you want that whole grid look. I don't like that. I can't stand it, actually. Yeah, I'm just gonna go home, and because I don't even I have several Huawei devices and they do use that. I just don't like it. If I'm going to use my recents, I want to use it in the cards fashion. I'm used to that. I know exactly where I'm going with this. It just makes more sense to me. But you guys can do whatever you want. Let's see. They have the immersive mode. You can go default, full screen, whatever. I like full screen. I like it to fill the whole thing up. They do have a memory bar, which is awesome that they do that. You do have your clear all button and location. They give you the 6 positions. And if you swipe to the right, they have slim recents. Now, I've seen in the XDA thread, people were asking about, does slim work yet? And somebody said no. Guys, I can tell you, the slim recents are working. I don't like them. I don't use slim recents, but you know, to me that's a step back. It's Kit Katish. But I can see where you would want to use them, you know, in certain situations. And I know people that are just diehard. They love that style of recents. And it's just good that AOSiP gives you those options to use that. Not only do they give you that option, if I'm not mistaken, no, that's a different ROM, never mind. But it's just great they give you those options. Lock screen's up next. Not much different than some of the other ROMs. They do give you the blur effect, which I like. Media cover art, basic stuff. Now here's where you're going to want to go for your weather setting. I think it's, where is it? Let me find it. Clock font, maybe it's not here, maybe it's somewhere else. Yeah, it is. No, swipe to the right, it's going to bring up the weather settings. Show weather, location, default icon. All the way at the bottom is going to be your service settings. If you click on that and you go through and set this up, after you get this set up, I noticed when I put in a custom location, that's when my temperature popped up in my system tray, or in my status bar. So just so you guys are aware of that. Just so you guys are aware of that. Alright, gestures are up next. Brightness control, double tap to sleep anywhere, and your 3-finger screenshot. You guys know me from watching any of my videos. I love that 3-finger screenshot. You just drag 3 fingers straight down and you get a screenshot no matter where you're at. You don't have to fumble for buttons. I love that. So I'm glad to have that in there. Advanced settings. You have your custom AOSiP summary text. Instead of having you know, the systems say, you know, what they want in the summary, you could either put your own or, you know, whatever. And you have flashlight notification in call do not disturbs there as well, which I do use. If I was making phone calls with this, again guys, I'm on Verizon. I barely use this phone, only when I'm testing things, only because I'm on 800 network, and it's about the lowest frequencies you can get, and it's really sucky. So that's why I don't use it. Now if we go ahead and switch over to Xfinity, you know, their services, then I'm going to do a lot of testing with this, and the OnePlus One, and a lot of other devices that I have that I just use basically on Wi-Fi. Let's see, launch music app, media scanner, basically the stuff that you're normally used to seeing. That's going to be under your advanced settings, your power plus volume up, behavior. Right now I have it set up for screen recording. You guys can set it to take a screenshot with a selectable area, so you can have like 2 types of screenshots if you want. I don't like that, but I'd rather have that built-in screen record feature, which is nice. You do have the screenshot crop and share, your screenshot delay, and then of course, last but not least, is your toast icons. Lastly in this is going to be your OTA updates. Now it says I don't have any updates. It says I'm on the last version of AOSiP. I think this is or no, it says last checked. So if I click on that, it just says no update available. Update November 14, blah blah blah. Anyways, this is going to be where you go to get any. So if they come out with Oreo, you click on that, that's gonna pop up, and yes, they are working on Oreo. So that is pretty much for the Owl's Nest or custom features. When you do load Substratum, it comes right in here, as well as the Magisk Manager, and it does work. Root all works. I don't have anything running as root right now. I just had to redo my system after testing a ROM, so I didn't get a chance to set that back up. I basically just pulled this from a backup with no data, and away I went. Under display, again, standard display settings for Nougat. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. These are your DOS settings. If you use Ambient, you can go ahead and set up your DOS theme. It does give you a really cool option in AOSiP. You guys can go with a dark background, which is what I like. Then you can pick like your offset to be something. Let's go with a pink, and then we're going to go back, and now my system settings look like this, which is cool as crap. I love this. So you guys can do whatever or however you like with this. You do have the pocket detection mode, your font display, default size. I actually have it set to default. This is how it comes as Splash. You can go smaller if you want by clicking that. I think the DPI settings here are pretty generous. It's not what I'm used to seeing flashed on other ROMs, so you guys might want to change that. That's up to you. Then you do have your columns in both portrait and landscape. You can change them around. Your suggestions, I shut them off. Summaries and conditions. Under sound, it does have link ringtone. I am not going to make any adjustments. I can't believe I didn't get any notifications, but we're going to shut that off right there. There we go. And the link, ring, and notification tones are working, as you guys can see. Other sounds are right here. This is going to be where you can turn off or turn on any of the other noises that the device makes. Wait a minute, under sounds, you go under, there's another one down there, advanced options, camera shutter sound, safe headset volume, and your less frequent notification sounds. Guys, remember, this ROM is going to be like this for every device. There are going to be some device-specific controls on here, or settings, but for the most part, it is going to be identical from this device to the Nexus 6, or the Nexus 6P, or the OnePlus One, or any other device. So just because I'm doing this on the OnePlus 5 right now, doesn't mean that this doesn't represent what it's going to look like on your device. Okay, guys, just so you know, I'm not going to do a AOSiP review for every single device out there, or every single device I own. I just happen to have it on here, and this is the one I'm going to do it on. Let's see here. Under security, just to let you guys know, this is not encrypted, as you can see. I wanted you guys to see that. Also, developer options. This does have this is weird how it comes. Again, I don't know what's up with animations, but the animations are coming like this. I haven't touched it. This is the way it comes. I usually set it up at 0.5 or about all the way across the board. To be honest with you guys, if you really don't care about animations, dude, I would just shut them off. Man, your phone just really speeds up. You'd be surprised at how fast your phone gets if you shut off your animations. And that's pretty much it for that. That's it, guys. This is AOSiP. This is, of course, on the OnePlus 5. And again, look at that. I have my nav bar set. I highly recommend this ROM. I've been running it for a long time. Ever since I pretty much got the OnePlus 5 and was looking around for ROMs to run on it. AOSiP was one of the first ones, and to be honest with you, it wasn't one of my favorite ROMs before. Kind of some like political reasons why, but just me, guys, just me. But still, it's an awesome ROM. Then I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a try. I did throw it on, and I just can't believe how well it runs. It's just smooth as silk. Everything works. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I got the strongest signals through Verizon when I popped my SIM card in with AOSiP than I did with any of the other ROMs. I think second best was XXX. I got some really good calling and texting on that ROM as well too. And guys, remember that I'm just talking about on Verizon, and this phone was never meant to be on Verizon. So again, like I said, if I had to rate my first choice ROM right now, it's definitely AOSiP. So and that could all change. You guys know how I am and how fickle I can be. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. I want to thank all of my subscribers. You guys are all awesome. Make sure that you hit the like button. That does help me out a lot. And I will see you guys on the next one.